Hey gang, Jake here. We're at Pear Tree Ranch and we've got Alexia with us today. We're hoping to do a first ride on her today, and we're just going to get her warmed up on the ground. All I've done is bring her from that pen into here. She's been practicing getting wrapped on the rail to kind of learn to stand tied, and I've brushed her out. And that really all I've been doing with this brushing is making sure that she can be comfortable, not flinchy. Might do things like pat on her. You can see how she gets a little bit flinchy, but now that flinch has gone away. Okay. Just prepping. So see how when she gets flinchy with my finger rubbing there, if I go to cinch her and my finger rubs her hair, it's going to make her grab herself and get squirty with the cinch. So that one finger and some of these sensitive spots and that padding can be helpful with teaching them some confidence there. You could even go as far as to say this is a little bit of desensitizing her to not feel so goosey in those spots. But again, for the most part, I don't want to think desensitize, I want to think teach confidence. Now, something else I've been starting to do, rubbing her behind her butt, having her where I can walk behind her and have her not feel like she's got to move, where I can keep my hand there. So we're working all the way around her now. Okay. It's easy when we get a long list of training things that we know we want to teach a horse to forget some of these simple type things of just getting a horse really good at standing tied, really good at standing so we can walk all the way around him. And remember that there's going to be a first time that that happens, and have we prepped the horse for that to where, like, see there, she stepped to make room for me but allowed me to keep contact, that she wasn't running away. She just stepped over to help me in the process. So now I'm rubbing her here at the cinch. You can see her flinching and tucking her chin a little bit, trying to figure out what to do with that feel in that spot. There, she's kind of putting her nose on me. Good. Okay, so I don't ever saddle a horse tied. So I'm gonna, or even wrapped. Now, you could do groundwork, get them in the mood to be saddled, then saddle them, then do more groundwork to get them in the mood to be rode. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you shouldn't have to do that. I'm not saying it's wrong to do that, but are you having to do that, or are you teaching your horse accidentally a pattern that's the pattern, that has to happen? Now, I don't want you to teach them a pattern that they just get caught, they just get haltered, they just get saddled, they just get jumped on and rode. Okay, don't just do that, but that doesn't mean don't catch them, saddle them, and ride them. Okay, if you only do that though, you might teach a pattern that they don't enjoy all the way. Okay? So I've been working on, can you just come in, get relaxed, and be ready to get saddled. So that it doesn't have to be a big deal. And if it was something that she couldn't get herself comfortable with, we would change gears to help her get in the mood here. Okay. But I want her to learn to get confident that we could just have this be a simple little job to do and not have to be a big deal. Oh, I gotta saddle my horse. I need to get him really ready. Okay, don't wanna make a thing out of it. But I don't want to, you know, not acknowledge the fact that when they don't understand what the saddle is and the cinch, that it could cause some nerves. Okay, so again, everything in balance. So teaching her to get herself saddled. And if she gets those hind feet moving, if I push the front feet over, it reloads the weight on those hindquarters. So it helps her get back to a standstill. Okay. All right. Just make sure we're not bumping buttons on our microphone. Got the hold on. There's a good girl. Okay. So this saddling's getting pretty good. Now, again, if depending on what my focus is, to have her be picture perfect, stand still like a statue to be saddled, I might unsaddle and resaddle a couple more times. But there's a balance to what am I going to spend my time doing? Is it that, or is that something that's easy for someone else who's going to own this horse? This is from our rescue horse training course, that they can do some reps of helping her get more confident with that, versus maybe it's better to spend my time getting her rode for the first time. Okay, or am I going to spend all of the time that I've been paid to help this horse getting her to stand still for saddling? Okay, so there's a balance to me choosing what I'm going to spend somebody else's hours they've paid for on. So I want to build up some positive patterns and understanding of pressure, but there's also a point where it's like, okay, that's pretty good, and I can kind of move ahead to take care of some of the first time, so we've at least had a good exposure to it. So I'm just looking to rock her up slowly into a faster speed, and then allow her to bring herself back. Try to give her a shot to not have to grab her booty and get humping around here when she hits the canter. There's a little bit of some canter. And again, I'm just getting in the way, allowing her to come back towards me to redirect, so we get some flow and rhythm with the feet. Rhythm leads to relaxation. That's a pretty good look. Okay. And again, make sure we're teaching her that just because we got going doesn't mean we don't want to be ready to come on back down.